Why are so many people from California, and in particular the Bay Area, moving to Austin, Texas? And I'll be honest, my family and I were among those who moved from the Bay Area. We lived in Fremont, California, and we moved out to the Austin area back in 2019. During our time here, we've come across so many former Bay Area residents, and in speaking with them, I noticed that there was a lot of similarities. And so in this video, what I would like to do is talk about all the reasons why people from California, from the Bay Area, are moving to Austin, Texas. In addition, I'll talk to some of the reasons why you shouldn't move here to Austin, Texas. And so stay tuned till the end of the video where I will discuss those differences. And with so many people moving out here, there are hundreds and thousands of stories and testimonials, different reasons for why other families and other people have decided to move out to Austin. I thought I should start this video by sharing the reason why me and my family, why we moved out to the Austin area. I'll start by giving you some background. I grew up in the Bay Area, as did my wife, and believe it or not, we actually attended the same high school. However, we did not meet in high school. We met in college. We both attended San Jose State University, and after we graduated, we started our respective careers. Later, we got married, and we do have two children, one boy, one girl, our son Roman and our daughter Arya. I started out my real estate career back in 2000. While I was attending college, I thought real estate offered the flexibility that I needed. I can set my own schedule, and during the day I can attend classes and I can study. And then in the evening and the weekends, I can take clients out and show property. And I thought once I graduated and I got my diploma, I could then enter the workforce and get a real job. But what ended up happening is I fell in love with real estate, and I quickly progressed from a sales agent to an office manager to an office broker to owning my own real estate company. And meanwhile, my wife was progressing very well at her career within Stanford University. And as our family grew, we knew that the Bay Area was no longer in our long-term plans. We just felt that the pace of life was too fast. We spent so much time at work and we spent so much time in traffic when really what we wanted to do was spend more time together as a family. And so we started to look outward. And in 2019, my wife's employer allowed her to work remotely, which really opened up a lot of possibilities. We knew we could live anywhere in the US, and after doing a lot of research, we chose Austin, Texas. And we chose Austin due to their affordable housing situation, the fast-growing real estate market, the good schools, and the family-friendly and safe neighborhoods. We had visited Austin several times in the past, and we knew that it was a diverse community. And in addition, it offered a lot of the things that we liked, such as good food, an entertaining atmosphere, and a lot of outdoor activities. Well, that's our story, and those are the reasons why I and my family decided to move to the Austin area. But what I'd like to do now is get into the reasons why so many other people are deciding to move into Austin. The number one reason why so many people from the Bay Area are moving to Austin, Texas is the housing costs. It's way more affordable here in Austin as compared to the Bay Area. In fact, the real estate prices in the Bay Area are among the highest in the country. The average cost for a single family home is $1.3 million, and in certain areas, condos are now selling for over $1 million. If you contrast that with Austin, the average cost for a single family home is $545,000. The average mortgage payment in the Bay Area is $6,400. And if you compare that to the average mortgage payment in Austin, it's $3,195. This is the principal and interest portion. Please do keep in mind that property taxes are higher in the Austin area as compared to the Bay Area. I would also like to note that most homes in the Bay Area were built in the 1950s and 1960s, and that the average square footage of a home in the Bay Area is below 1,800 square feet. Now that we know the average cost both in the Bay Area and Austin, let's look at things from a buyer's standpoint. So if you're a first-time home buyer in the Bay Area, that means that you have to qualify to purchase a home at minimum of $1 million. And if you're putting 20% down payment, that means that you need to have $200,000 saved up. And if you look at the average age for first-time home buyers in the Bay Area compared to first-time home buyers in the Austin area, the average age of home buyers, first-time home buyers in the Bay Area is much higher because it just takes so much longer to save up for $200,000 as a down payment as opposed to just half of that in the Austin area. And now if we pivot and look at things from a seller's standpoint, from the standpoint of someone who currently owns a home in the Bay Area and is thinking about selling their home and moving to Austin, here's why so many people actually do it. Over the last couple of years, home prices in the Bay Area skyrocketed. Now, they were already among the highest in the country, and then they went up even further. And so if you're somebody who bought your home, say in the last 3 to 5 years, that means you currently have a ton of home equity. And what a lot of people in the Bay Area are doing is they're selling their homes, they're cashing out on all that equity before prices drop even further, and they're applying it towards a purchase of a brand new home in the Austin area. A lot of times, there's enough equity where they can purchase a home outright and no longer have a mortgage payment. The Bay Area is also mostly developed, meaning that there's not a lot of available land for new home construction. And if you're somebody who's looking to buy a new home, you have two options. You can purchase a new home in what's called a spot build, which is a new community surrounded in an older neighborhood, or you would have to purchase an average home, a home built in the 1950s and 1960s, and completely renovate it, which means there's a lot of cost associated with that. First, you have to purchase the home, you have to pay for the tear down, and then you have to completely rebuild it. By the time you're done, you could be in a brand new home, but it may cost you over $2 million to do so. And if you compare that with Austin, Austin is one of the fastest growing real estate markets in the entire country. There is tons of new construction, and the average square footage for a home in the Austin area is 2,200 square feet. The homes are larger and more usable because of the floor plans that they offer. Some examples are that many of the homes that are being built offer a study, a game room, and a media room, which just makes your house more versatile and more usable. If you want to know more about the type of properties that are available in Austin, simply like and subscribe and check out the collection of videos that I have. I do a lot of home tours throughout the Austin area to give you a great idea of what is available for you here. The second main reason why so many people are moving here is job opportunities. As you may have recently heard, a lot of companies are moving here as well, companies like Tesla and Oracle and Samsung. What you may not have heard is that Austin has a pre-established reputation for being known as Silicon Hills, which is a play, of course, on Silicon Valley, and that's because a lot of companies in the Bay Area, companies within Silicon Valley, also have campuses here in Austin. Companies like Apple and Google and Facebook or Meta. I do have a lot of clients that work for Apple in the Cupertino office and have transferred to work out of the Austin office. And this is one of the main reasons why specifically people from the Bay Area move to Austin. It's because you can continue to work for the same company and simply just transfer to work out of the Austin campus. I do think that companies will continue to move out to the Austin area, and so job opportunities will continue to increase. And also the way we work has changed after 2019 and the pandemic. A lot of companies now are open to remote workers. And so they've allowed their employees to work remotely, which means they can really choose to work anywhere they would like. And Austin is becoming one of the top destinations. Coming in at number 3 is the overall cost of living. The cost of living is much lower here in Austin than it is compared to the Bay Area. Of course, we do have higher property taxes, but that's really offset by the fact that Texas does not have any state income taxes. In addition, just about everything is cheaper here in the Austin area, from gas to groceries to your restaurant bill. Like the Bay Area, Austin is very diverse, and it's that diversity that really makes us feel welcome and safe in the Austin area. And I do think that over time, as more people from all over the US and especially people from the Bay Area move into Austin, it'll just continue to grow more and more diverse. Good schools and safe neighborhoods comes in at number 5. And for a lot of families living in the Bay Area, they're accustomed to the schools. And for the most part, a lot of Bay Area schools are very high ranking. And they do want to move to an area that has similar ranking schools. And so Austin has become one of those destinations because Austin does offer some really good schools. And of course, there are numerous communities to choose from. And there are a lot of beautiful and safe communities. And for that reason, a lot of families from the Bay Area feel safe moving to Austin. Austin offers a high quality of living. We do have a really good healthcare system as well as our educational system. I've already mentioned the low cost for housing as well as the job opportunities and the high salaries. A lot of times when people move from the Bay Area to Austin, they'll buy a new home within a master plan community, and that master plan community will have so many amenities. Amenities like a gym, a swimming pool, walking trails, a lot of things to promote a healthy and active lifestyle. In addition, there's really not a lot of traffic in Austin. Of course, downtown can get congested and Round Rock a little bit as well, but for the most part, especially compared to the Bay Area, there's really not a lot of traffic. And all this is to say, you save a lot of time, you save a lot of stress, and you have a chance to do the things that you want to do with your spare time. The Bay Area is situated in such a way where in the morning you can be out surfing at the beach, and then a couple of hours later you could be in Tahoe and you could be snowboarding or skiing. Unfortunately, because Austin is centrally located within Texas, we don't have beaches. However, if you do like outdoor activities, there's plenty to do in the Austin area. And one of the benefits for Austin being centrally located within Texas is that it's just a few hours away from Dallas, a few hours away from Houston, and about an hour and a half away from San Antonio, which makes weekend getaways such a pleasure. So I've talked about a lot of the reasons why people move to the Austin area, and I think it makes sense to talk about reasons why you shouldn't move to Austin and some of the differences between the Bay Area and Austin, Texas. I'll start out with the most obvious one, which I think is the weather. It is much hotter here in Austin, and if you're not a fan of the warm weather or hot weather, then maybe Austin, maybe Texas in general, is not right for you because it is hot over here, much hotter than the Bay Area. However, during the daytime, whether you're in the Bay Area or in Austin, Texas, you spend most of your time indoors. Whether you're at the office or you're working from home, you're going to be in an air-conditioned environment. And then later on in the evening, when it cools down, that's when you'll see a lot of people doing outdoor activities or going for walks. You really do enjoy those hot summer months in the evening where you can just go out for a stroll in shorts and a t-shirt. Some of the other differences, of course, are I've heard from clients that they have more severe allergies here in the Austin area. And my response to that really is it depends what you're allergic to, and it's on a case-by-case basis. So, for example, in the Bay Area, I would have severe seasonal allergies. From March until June, I would be miserable. But when I moved here to Austin, I'm not allergic to the allergens that are here. However, my wife, who did not have seasonal allergies in the Bay Area, does have them here. And we do have a lot of cedar pollen. And so if you're allergic to cedar, you may want to reconsider whether Austin is right for you. The last thing I wanted to mention is that the Bay Area is fairly developed. It's one large monolith where one city blends into another. And of course, there are some differences between each individual city, but there are also a lot of similarities. Austin is very much still a developing city, and Texas in general is country living, and so that's something that you have to get used to. There are a lot of country roads, and there are still a lot of developing cities where you'll see ranches and farms. You'll have country roads that are right next to freeways that are being developed, that are right next to brand new home developments, which are still under construction. And so it does take some getting used to. I think it's charming in a lot of ways, and it's off-putting in some ways. Coming from the Bay Area, I'm used to a faster lifestyle, and so these country roads are a little bit slower, and they're one lane, and they're not as well kept sometimes. But I wanted to explain that, of course, when you move to Texas, you are moving to a place that has country living, so just adjust that expectation when you come out here. If you are thinking of making the move, I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to send me a text or give me a call. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.